nobody left.
Philadelphia.
Five shooters unloaded dozens of bullets. Philadelphia. Five shooters unloaded dozens of bullets on a group of 5 teens after a football scrimmage on Tuesday. Investigators say 4 of the victims played on Roxborough's team. One of them, just 14 years old, died. Police tell us the 5th victim shot a friend who is 17 years old.
Mary, talk to me about when you saw the surveillance video.
I was there. I don't need to see the surveillance video, though I saw it. But I was there, and I ran to him. I ran, was waiting at the car where he knows that's where I am after the game, and I heard the shooting start. And I didn't know where he was, but inside as a mother, I knew it. And I ran to the shots. And I couldn't get him. But I held him, and I felt him leave. But I was holding him. He wasn't alone. But the surveillance video is very hard to watch. It's kids shooting other kids. And nothing's gonna change. He just said, I love you and I'm here. I called 911 and I touched his face and I held him. And I said something that we say as Muslims because he couldn't say it for himself.
What is that? What do you say?
It's La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. It means that I believe in Allah and that my Prophet Muhammad is messenger so that he can go out as a martyr because he is. He is a martyr. God chose him. I always knew that his life would mean something, but I didn't know it would be this. But if this is what God chose for us, then I'm going to honor him in this way. He's not a number. He's not number 23 of dead juveniles in this city. He's not number 23. He's Nick, my son.
So this is what his mother wants you to know about him. He loved being Mexican-American, Chicano.
This is a horrible story. This should go viral. This is the stuff that should be spreading nationwide because of how regularly it happens. Just how it's just accepted as the norm. It's not normal for a mother to hold her dying son in her arms. That's not normal. To die so violently over nothing. 61 to 63 shells found on the scene. Who's gonna get hit? How many of these bullets ended up in living rooms, in vehicles? That could have hit a kid in Philly. This is what's happening in Philly. You have a 2-year-old that was shot.
A mother rushed her 2-year-old boy to Temple Hospital Saturday night after he was shot. It happened just after 8:30 p.m. on the 2200 block of North 20th Street. The boy was shot at least once. Police say the toddler has 2 wounds in his back, but they are not yet sure if it's from an entry and exit wound.
Just another tragic situation where you have, again, a kid that should not have to worry about this. 2-year-old should be able to just play and live and be free and not have to worry about, fighting for their lives as a result of a gunshot wound.
A 4-year-old shot. And this story right here, there could have been another victim, another casualty. He got hit and he's in the hospital now. The gunman chased him down, caught him when he fell on the floor after he shot him once, stood over him as if he was going to kill him execution style, but he ran out of bullets.
Pennsylvania and Delaware do not require training before purchasing a firearm. New Jersey, however, does have some requirements in place.
We see things that make us believe that it's a targeted attack. They wait there for 6 minutes for the game to end. A whole bunch of players walked by the car and they waited for a specific group to come, and that's when the attack came.
Police do not believe the teen who died was the intended target and describe him as totally innocent. But they suspect 2 others in the group may have been targeted including the 17-year-old victim who was struck by gunfire while running away on Pigeon Street.
Hundreds showed up tonight to say one more goodbye to the 14-year-old Nicolas Elizalde. Right now, I am standing next to a memorial that continues to grow day by day.
I love my grandson, and I just miss him. I just miss him.
Hugs and tears outside a funeral home in Hunting Park. It's one more goodbye to the teenager described as a beautiful, thoughtful, gentle soul.
The most important thing is that we have to change for them.
Family members tell us it's their mission now to make a difference in Philadelphia and be in the forefront of slowing down this culture of gun violence. What would you like to see change personally in light of this?
I would like to see not one more child murdered. I would like to see, rather than leaving flowers and candles at the memorials, we turning our guns. I want guns off the streets. That's what I want.
This can't be life. This can't be love. This can't be right. It's gotta be more. This can't be us.
According to our 6ABC data journalism team, as of September 21st, 166 children under 18 have been shot in Philly. That's up from 156 by this time last year. Of these children, 23 were shot and killed.
I believe Nicholas was number 24, and today, October 8th, would have been his 15th birthday. 182 kids shot. This is stray bullets. These are intended targets. And one of the biggest problems are the ghost guns. 15% of these shootings that we know of are done by people that have ghost guns, which is this new thing with 3D printing, where you're able to assemble a gun together. And now you don't have a serial number, so the gun can't be traced.
Guns have been used to kill 308 people in Philadelphia so far this year. More than 1,400 people have been shot in the city. That number of gunshot victims surpasses even bigger cities like New York and Los Angeles. Larry Krasner is Philadelphia's district attorney.
What do you think is behind this spike in violence?
It's a pretty terrible national phenomenon. This is the most heavily armed industrial society in the world. No matter how many guns you take off the street, there are more and more guns.
Police were joined by Jackie Rowe Adams, a mother who lost 2 sons to gun violence.
You are killing each other. The police is not killing us. We killing us.
And Jackie Rowe Adams is right. If you look at the dashboard of shootings in Philadelphia since 2015, a good almost 75% of these victims are black males. So this is not counting the black females, which is another 10%. So almost 85% of the victims of these shootings in Philadelphia are African Americans. There's only about 41% African Americans in the whole city, because what you see with shootings, with any crime, it's always done, crimes are usually done intra-racially. So it means that, you're doing it to your own people. That's usual, but it doesn't happen at this level with other races. You see this predominantly with African Americans.
Still no arrests in the death of Nicolas Elizalde. Hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of family and friends laid Nicolas to rest on Wednesday. His mother wants the world to know her son was not just a number, and that's why Meredith joins us now, Nicolas's mother. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And one of the reasons we wanted to have you in today, because Nicolas's birthday is tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, he's going to be 15.
15. I know that you said you might struggle through this interview and you wanted to write something down.
I did.
Do you want to say that now?
I do.
Okay.
Today I speak as a mother and on behalf of my son, Nick, the most perfect son and gentle soul that any mother could ever have. I was blessed to have 14 years with Nick, and I loved every second. My son deserves all the honor and outpouring that he is receiving now. However, I also think of all the other victims and families who are not receiving attention. I do not presume to speak for you, but please know that I'm praying for you and thinking of you now, just as my son and I always did. I want to connect with you and support you and feel your support and wisdom as I navigate through this tragedy.
This is directly to the people harboring the assassins. In Islam, we believe that if you take one life, it's as if you've killed all of humanity. If you save a life, it's as if you saved all of humanity. I urge you to turn them in and spare our city any further bloodshed. Muslims believe that paradise lies at the foot of the mother. I am a mother, and you are stealing my peace. My son was innocent, my only child, the only thing that I have in my life. You are robbing him of justice. I understand that some people may have information but live in fear because of the state of the emergency that our city is in due to gun violence. I do not say this lightly, but fear none but God. I promise you that if you have information and are afraid to come forward, that I will welcome you into the light and pray for you until the end of my days. If you are one of the ones physically harboring these villains, I implore you to feel my all-encompassing pain and please come forward. And to the assassins themselves, your actions are wicked and despicable. You are guilty of stealing a most precious life, my son Nick. You may think that you will escape earthly justice, but I promise you that despite all that you have taken from me, you have not and will never take my faith. God is the ultimate judge, and none of us will escape the final judgment. I urge you to turn yourselves in. You have broken my heart beyond belief, but despite that, I do not want further bloodshed. I do not want your mothers to feel what I feel. Use Nick's conscience and come forward.